This is in preparation for the licensure examination for professional teachers. I have prepared 30 items in random topics, all right? This is for major in English.
In the last seasons, I think from mga in the last until 2022, 2024 pala, yung mahirap na category sa board exam is yung major, no? So lalong-lalo na sa English, it's super difficult, no? I was known nga kasi sinabi ko before when I received the test questionnaires, parang Chinese, na wala talaga akong maintindihan. However, recently, naging bearable yung major in English. So yung mahirap naman na is yung Prof Ed. So recently, of course, marami nang nagta-top from the major in English. If you've noticed, 'di ba? Yung isa top 1 pa nga. So that's very rare kasi for the longest time, wala talagang top-notcher na major in English. Yung recent lang, that was Ma'am Nance Biswas. So, SPLE naman yung sa kanya. However, nung 2025, 2026, may mga nagtatop na major in English. Plus, they are saying na bearable daw, no, na answerable, na kaya. Kasi personally, during my time, mahirap talaga, okay? Like, okay, I know medyo mahihirapan talaga ako with exams, pero yung sa akin, kahit yung matatalino naming kaklase, nahirapan din talaga sila. So, it just validates how I feel na nahirapan talaga kaming lahat, okay? Hindi dahil hindi ko talaga alam yung sagot. And recently, yung Prof Ed naman daw, yung mahirap. We really don't know what to expect, okay? Baka yung Gen Ed na naman, yung mahirap, no, hindi natin alam. So yeah, recently a lot of examinees have been complaining about professional education daw, no? Tapos yung major is bearable. But we don't know. Baka this time, yung major naman na, yung mahirap, okay? I'm not saying na super dali talaga, but it's answerable, okay? Maybe yung Gen Ed na naman, yung mahirap, o yung Prof Ed na naman, so hindi talaga natin alam, okay? Who is the shapeshifter archetype in Harry Potter? Is it Voldemort, Sirius Black, Lupin, or Severus Snape? If I'm not mistaken, tinanong ito March 2026. Mhm. So, kapag sabihin nating archetype, yan ay parang pattern ng character, okay? Yung mga personality na sinusunod niya, no? Anong pattern ng kanyang story, no? Is flat lang ba yung character? Oo. Is the character dynamic? Oo. So, meron siyang parang, oo, yun, pattern or formula na sinusunod, no? Yan yung archetype. So, before, sa pagkasagot ko dito, yung inintindi ko lang is yung shapeshifter, no? Yung shapeshifter nagpapalit ng anyo, no? So, like in the daytime, tao ka, tapos sa gabi, si Darna, oo. Or half na lang yung katawan mo sa gabi, oo, pwede din nagpapalit ng anyo. Katakot-takot ka na sa gabi, oo. But, dito kasi yung tinatanong is a shapeshifter archetype. So, yung si Sirius Black and si Lupin, they are literal na shapeshifter. Okay? Talagang nagbabago yung anyo nila. So, nagiging hayop sila, no? So, Sirius Black is a dog, Lupin is a wolf, if I remember right. Tapos si Voldemort naman, siya yung pinakakalaban talaga sa Harry Potter, no? Siya yung antagonist talaga doon, no? Pinakakalaban talaga ni Harry, siya yung Dark Lord. So if you're not such a big fan of Harry Potter, siya yung walang ilong, no? Si Severus Snape naman, he is actually our correct answer here. Very good sa mga sumagot ng letter D. So Severus Snape, yan siya. So he is a professor, no? Sa Hogwarts. So Hogwarts is a school. Let me just explain it. Okay? Kasi not everyone is a fan. Okay? And I get it. Even sa family ko, ako lang din yung nanonood ng Harry Potter. Okay? Kahit napilitin ko yung mga friends ko, yung mga kapatid ko, yung parents ko, ayaw talaga nila, no? Hindi nila bet. And that's okay. So, Hogwarts is a school, okay? Tapos doon nag-aaral yung mga witches and wizards or yung may mga ability to do magic. So, sa school na yan, si Severus Snape ay isang teacher or professor, no? So, bakit ba siya yung shapeshifter archetype? So, yung shapeshifter na archetype kasi hindi yung literal na nagbabago ng anyo. Yung shapeshifter archetype is the person na you cannot predict their character, no? Na dynamic. Like for example, akala mo mabait, pero hindi pala in the end, no? They will show their true colors in the end, no? Parang usually, oo, na namamali yung perception natin depende sa anong pinapakita nila. So, Severus Snape, for example, you will actually believe na he is the bad guy. Kasi all through the series, all throughout the story, he is very rude ba? Hindi naman rude, but he is not kind kay Harry, no? So, you will actually think na hindi niya gusto si Harry. Kalaban talaga siya. Na teammate sila ni Voldemort. Okay. And I'm so sorry sa mga hindi pa nakapanood or sa mga spoilers, but on the ending or on the latter part, it will reveal na Severus Snape is actually not the bad guy, no? Like all these years, he did the things he did just to protect Harry, no? Kasi there is this history between Severus Snape and yung mama ni Harry na si Lily Potter, no? So, oo, ayoko nang spoil yung ano yung history na yon basta all these years Severus Snape was just trying to protect Harry and he's actually not the bad guy, no? So yung shapeshifter archetype is parang yung hindi mo ma-identify saan siya loyal, ano yung motive niya, yung identity niya is hindi klaro, no? So, this creates doubt and suspense para sa character. Okay? So, at first, it will appear na ally siya ni Voldemort. Okay? And you will constantly question, ano, masama ba siya or is he a hero, no? Tapos sa ending, yeah, that's when you will know. So, yeah, Severus Snape is the answer. So this was asked multiple times na sa major natin, so who knows, 'di ba? At least it's just a bonus. Yes, oh, that's true. Parang si Bugol sa ano 'yon, yung swap? Swap ba 'yon? Oo, 'di ba, na akala mo super cute na fish, tapos nung nakuha niya na yung mga plant na umiilaw, 'di ba, naging parang naging oo, fire wolf na siya. So, hindi pala nice, 'no? So, yeah, shapeshifter archetype na si Bugol din. Actually, that's a very good, movie din 'no, oo. So, parang yung ka-talking stage mo 'di ba, akala mo mabait 'di ba? Tapos nung naging kayo na, oo, ilang years minumura ka na 'di ba? Oo, shapeshifter kita. Okay, don't, okay? Don't be with people na mumurahin kayo, bakit naman? Okay, anyway, let's proceed. So again, answer is letter D, type of supported dictation in which the teacher reads a short curriculum-related text many times. Okay. So nagbabasa si teacher ng short text ilang beses, and then yung mga bata, they will try to produce their version as close to the original as possible. So is this grand conversation, dictogloss, closed procedure, or running dictation? O parang si Loki sa, yeah, but Loki is the god of mischief. So somehow, mae-expect mo talaga na hindi talaga siya loyal, no? Although, in the recent, lalong-lalo na sa series ni Loki, um, I think it's turning out to be good. Actually, the reason why I watch Avengers is only because of Loki. So I don't watch Spider-Man. Of course, I watch Thor kasi nandun si Loki. Na I like his character. But yeah, yung series niya, he's good, no? Parang siya na yung naging isa sa pinaka-powerful and he controls the TVA, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So anyway, ano yung sagot natin dito? Yes, that's true. Oo, more on trickster archetype, no? So you cannot expect na talagang mabait siya or talagang masama siya. Kasi somehow alam mo na, no, na ay, oo, hindi naman loyal to si Loki, no? Alright, so anyway, ano dito? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Iba-iba tayo ng sagot. So actually, correct answer is letter B. So sa board exam ko, you can judge me if you want. Pero, oo, itong word na ito lang talaga yung naalala ko. And honestly, hindi siya lumabas. I know, hindi ko siya alam. Okay, lumabas siya, but hindi ko alam kung anong ibig sabihin nito. And parang na-traumatic siya for me. That's why after how many years, I still remember this word. And sa lahat ng lectures ko, sinasali ko talaga ito because I don't want the same thing to happen to you. But of course, some of you may have known this already, no, since college. So sa akin, siguro na absent ako nun, no, nung na-discuss ito. So na-trauma talaga ako, no, kasi paano ko sasagutan, no? I wanted to cry because For my board exam, I actually studied for 2 years kasi na-cancel yung board exam namin because of the pandemic. So we had enough time. Kaya I was heartbroken when I realized na, oh my gosh, I could not answer this question. No, this is the reason bakit hindi ako papasa kasi hindi ko talaga alam. Okay? And there were a lot of questions like that, no, na mangiyak-ngiyak ka na sa kaka-overthink. I really think, no, kahit na kunin pa nila ang aking mata, oo, kahit na, oo, anong gawin kahit na, okay, kahit na pugutan ako ngayon, I really don't know the answer. There were questions like that no'n. Isa na ito because I really couldn't, yeah, hindi ko talaga na-meet itong word na 'to. So, kinuhanan ko na lang ng mga clue, for example, dictogloss 'no, so dictation. So, I think na tama naman yung sagot ko based diyan, pero I would have preferred if talagang alam ko yung ibig sabihin. Anyway, kapag sabihin nating dictogloss, supported dictation siya 'no. So, yung ikaw as a teacher, you will read a short text 'no, tapos yung mga bata, they will listen and they will take down notes 'no. So, they can work individually or collaboratively, depende sa'yo. And then, kung ano yung nasa notes nila, they will reproduce it 'no, they will reconstruct it 'no, as closely as possible sa original na text na sinabi mo, okay. So, yung focus sa dictogloss is yung listening ng mga bata, yung grammar nila since they will depende sa notes nila anong mabuo nila as close to the original text as possible 'no, yung comprehension ng mga bata 'no, and also their vocab skills, 'di ba? So, yan yung dictogloss, okay? So, the teacher will produce a short text and then the learners will try to reproduce it, no, with their own version na close sa original as possible. So, I hope on your end, you will already know paano ba i-deal yung situation na yan. Okay? Now, when you're there on the actual nandun ka na, wala nang atrasan, and then you will read a question na hindi mo talaga alam, anong gagawin mo? Paano mo siya sasagutan? So, dapat sanayin mo yung sarili mo. Okay? So, anong gagawin namin, ma'am? Mag-practice kayong sumagot ng mahihirap na tanong. Okay? So, that's for me. Paano ko ba siya na-survive? It's because when I was reviewing, mahihirap na questions talaga yung pina-practice ko, okay? Hindi ako nag-memorize, hindi yung literal na, oo, ano yung mga mnemonics. Because I'm not good at that, no, name-mental block ako. I would rather really understand something. Pero since imposible naman na talaga maintindihan mo lahat, no, kasi inaral natin yan for 4 years, tapos re-reviewin mo lang ng ilang buwan, 'di ba? So yung para sa akin, yung skill talaga ng pagsagot. Oo. And so, when I was faced with the difficult questions on the actual I mean, nasanay na ako, right? So, hindi ako kinabahan, hindi ako na mental block. Of course, nalungkot ako, but hindi ako nagpadala. No, I thought, okay, I have answered a lot of difficult questions so many times. I have mastered kung paano hulihin yung tamang sagot. This is not new, right? Compared sa mga easy lang yung sagutan mo, tapos masya-shock ka doon, no? Na mahahaba pala yung tanong. Oo. So, aantukin ka pa, mapapagod pa yung utak mo. It's very challenging, but yeah, you can do it. Anyway, grand conversation. This is a discussion, no, with the students. Closed procedure naman, ito yung may mga missing words sa passage, no? So the bata will fill in kung ano yung mga missing words. And running dictation. So as teachers, may isusulat tayo, tapos babasahin ng bata, and then they will run to their teammates, and then the teammates will write kung ano yung nakita niya do'n sa written text 'no. So, it's an activity pero ito, yung sa question, the teacher will read it, that is dictogloss, okay? Okay, ito pala 'no, there are 4 stages of dictogloss. So, of course, sa preparation as teachers, we will introduce the topic. And then the mga bata will listen 'no. So, the students will listen sa atin teachers as we read the text 'no. So usually we can read it twice, 'di ba? And then the bata while they are listening, they will take down notes depende sa kung anong naintindihan nila sa sinabi mo. And then there is reconstruction, no? So again, gagamitin nila yung notes nila and then they will try to recreate the text as closely as possible. sa kung ano yung sinabi mo originally. And then there is analysis and the correction, no? Depende sa feedback ni teacher, o i-revise ng bata ang kanyang nagawang text. Okay? So prepare, listen, reconstruct, analyze, and correct. Here is grand conversation. Again, a class discussion, closed procedure, yung uh, in which no may mga missing words sa passage and the students will fill it in, no? Now let's have the next one. Jenny, kind and slowly belong to open word classes. Is it yes, no, maybe, or it depends? So ano yung usual kong sinasabi? If the option is not sure, it's not the correct answer, okay? Kapag nakakalito siya or hindi siya sure, hindi yan yung tamang sagot. So for example dito, yung letters C and D, we can eliminate them right away. So kung hindi mo siya maintindihan, of course hindi yan yung tamang sagot, no? I have just like na-discover ko, like as a reviewee for 2 years and a lecturer for how many years now, yung mga sagot na hinahanap ng PRC, they are simple, they are logical. No? Talagang yung nag-a-answer talaga sa question logically. No? Yun talagang may basis. So again, simple and logical. So yung mga maybe, it depends, no? Hindi siya sure, so it's not the correct answer, okay? So yung mga ka-chat nyo ngayon, no, minsan nagcha-chat, kapag bored sila, minsan hindi nagre-reply, no, sinisin ka lang, di ba? Hindi sure, no? So of course, it's not the right person, di ba? When someone is sure, you will know. Oo. Na lumayo yung topic, no? Pero, or relate naman konti. But the correct answer here is, okay, very good. That is a yes. So Jenny is a noun, no? Kind is an adjective. Slowly is an adverb, no? Oo. So they belong to open word classes. I think I included it here. So yung open word classes or open class words, pwede sila pang tumanggap ng bagong words or bagong members that can be added to their category over time. Okay? So again, may still accept new words, no? So for example, yung noun, 'di ba? Pwede namang madagdagan yung nouns, yung adjectives, yung adverbs, 'di ba? So open word class, okay? They can still accept new words over time. Now let's try this one. So pronouns, prepositions, and determiners belong to closed word classes. Is it yes, no, maybe, or it depends? So again, nandiyan na naman si maybe or it depends. Oo. Kapag ganyan yung option, you can eliminate them right away. So I'm sure you have enrolled to so many coaches, to so many review centers kung maraming pera, 'di ba? But actually marami naman sa online, no? So they already taught you how to answer, no? How to eliminate, 'di ba? Paano i-analyze. Usually pa nga yung pinaka-common talagang tinuturo is yung you encircle the questions, no? Kasi yung questionnaires na ibibigay sa inyo, pwede niyo naman siyang sulatan, 'di ba? 'Wag lang talaga yung answer sheet, no? Kasi kapag nasulatan niyo yung answer sheet niyo, yung kung saan kayo magse-shade, no? Oo, kapag nadumihan niyo 'yon, umuwi na lang kayo 'no, at matulog. Because machine yung magche-check niyan. I had a reviewee and then malalaki yung scores niya sa Gen Ed Prof Ed, pero yung majorship, hindi siya pumasa. So, siguro factor shinare niya sa'kin is that lumipad daw yung answer sheet 'no. So, possible na nadumihan yon. Oo, so baka nagka-wrong-wrong na 'no, pagka-read ng machine. So kapag also some people, 'di ba when they write their names, they use ballpen. And dahil sobrang pressure 'no, yung bang hindi na nagpe-pay attention 'no. Yung nai-shade sa answer sheet is also the ballpen. Oo. So kapag yun ang mangyari sa inyo 'no, naku Jesus, umuwi na lang kayo 'no, sabihin niyo, "Matutulog na lang ako 'no, para it's worth my time. Ano pa't sasagutan ko 'to at wala pa rin naman." So again, questionnaires yung puwede sulatan, okay? You can encircle the questions, yan yung number 1 talagang tinuturo, 'di ba? para malaman natin kung saan tayo mag-focus, okay? So yung sa'kin hindi na lang ako mag-write-write sa PowerPoint because I don't want that and also feeling ko nalilito kayo 'no, tapos magsusulat ako, kunyari dito, open Word, wait lang, o 'di ba ang bagal 'no, ayoko niyan, gusto ko yung next, yung clean lang. Anyway, the correct answer is it B? Okay, so pronouns, prepositions, and determiners belong to closed word classes? Yes, no? So, ano ba yung closed word classes? Opposite siya sa open word classes. Di ba yung open word classes, tumatanggap pa sila ng bagong words, ng bagong miyembro, no? Yung adjective, adverb, di ba? So, makakagawa ka pa naman ng adverb or adjective, di ba? Beautiful, nice, oo, ng bagong noun, di ba? But itong mga pronouns, prepositions, oo, they do not um parang it's very rare na may bagong word na madadagdag sa category 'no. So, for example, yung pronouns 'no, I, you, he, she, 'di ba? Saan ka gagawa ng bagong pronoun 'no? Anong pronoun ang gagawin mo 'no? Siya ka lang siyang, 'di ba? So, no, that's why it's a closed word class 'no. Hindi na sila tumatanggap ng bagong miyembro 'no. Yung prepositions 'di ba? In, under, at. Oh, ano gagawa ka ng bagong preposition, also impossible 'no, anong preposition yung gagawin mo? Or determiner 'no, a, an, the, right? So again, kapag nouns, adjectives, adverbs, oo, puwede ring verbs 'no, open word classes 'no. So meron kasing mga bagong, for example yung selfie, 'di ba? Mansplain, oo. Or maybe there is a conversion that happened. So yung, word talaga sa English and then, nilagay siya sa bagong category, 'di ba? So for example yung email, that's a noun. Ang sasabihin natin, "I emailed you," naging verb 'no? So yeah. Whereas itong mga closed word classes, mga pronouns, preposition 'no, very rare talaga na may bagong madagdag sa category nila. So our answer dun sa question is yes, okay? Yung pronouns, prepositions, and determiners, they belong to closed word classes. Oh, ano daw yung lexical process na nandito? Jenny removed the dust and Jenny dusted the floor. O kakasabi ko pa lang. Alright? So is it conversion, palindrome, metathesis, or epenthesis? What is your answer? So may nag-question 'no, is it true ba daw na mas mahirap pa yung mga questions sa review center kaysa sa PRC? Honestly for me, mahirap is subjective 'no. So hindi ko alam kung magna cum laude kayong grumaduate 'no, na sobrang dali lang ng inyong buhay, 'di ba? Or kahit na oo, because there are some people din na medyo struggling pa sila sa English language 'no. So, they have difficulty grasping it for now. So, of course mahihirapan din sila, right? Oo, not to judge 'no, it's just English is just a language for me. So, some people talaga struggle with it 'no, like hindi sila sanay na 'yan yung ginagamit and that's okay, they can learn 'no. Pero sa board exam medyo mahirap talaga. So, yung questions, let's say sa Prof Ed, oo, they are all in English kasi. So, kapag struggling kang umintindi sa English language, tapos mahirapan ka pang hanapin yung tamang sagot 'no, parang double na yung struggle. Kaya yeah, also work with your comprehension skills, okay? Para maintindihan mo talaga kung ano yung hinahanap ng question. So, sometimes, um, yeah, people fail. Oo, kasi they're too confident, yan na yung sagot, 'di ba? So, kaya nga yung tinuturo din 'no, sa inyo is to read the question 3 times, 2 times, 'di ba, bago mo sagutan para sure ka talagang naintindihan mo, 'no? So, minsan pinapangunahan tayo ng utak natin, right? So, again depende. Yung gaano kahirap yung isang bagay, it's subjective. So, yung sa'kin, nahirapan ako sa review center ko. Actually, short time lang naman ako nag-review center, most of it self-review na. Nahirapan din ako mag-self-review kasi wala pang masyadong maraming online coaches during that time. And also sa actual board exam is nahirapan din ako. Pero may mga question talaga na okay lang 'no, like kailan yung birthday ni Rizal, saan siya ipinanganak, o yung mga is, are, oo, simile, metaphor. Sa Gen Ed, oo, may mga questions talaga na masasagutan mo. Okay, hindi naman lahat. So yeah, I cannot answer for everyone 'no. Anyway, for this one, yes, it's letter A. Very good. So, conversion, no? Ano bang ibang term ng conversion that is zero derivation? So, yung word ba, um, for example, itong dust, no? Alikabok. 'Di ba? It's originally a noun. Tapos, nabago yung grammatical form niya, naging verb siya, excuse me, without actually changing its word, no? Without adding any morpheme in it, no? Talagang, dust. May ed lang siya, no? But yeah, since it's past tense. So dust as a noun, dusted as a verb. So a word changes without changing any of its form, no? Dust pa rin naman. So that is conversion, no? If you say palindrome, what is this? So for example, yung madam. So kapag sabihin nating palindrome, kahit nabaligtarin mo yung word, it still reads the same. Okay? So madam, yung level, right? Civic, nurses, run, ano pa ba yung iba? May mga interesting pa na palindrome. So a word that reads the same, okay? Oo, kahit napagbalik-baliktarin mo. If you say metathesis, so this is sound switching, no? So this usually happens, I think, with when children, yung they're still learning how to speak. So for example, yung salitang ask, A-S-K, 'di ba medyo challenging siya i-pronounce, especially with kids. So instead of ask, they will say ax, 'di ba? So nabaliktad yung K tsaka yung S, no? So that's metathesis. And of course, you have epenthesis. This is sound insertion, no? May in-insert kang sound. For example, yung still with kids, no? Common. If you say blue, blue, 'di ba? Tapos they will pronounce it as balu, balu. So may na na-insert, no? That's epenthesis. And please take note of this kasi lumalabas ito. Oo, tinatanong ito. So yung question pa nga is yung word na film. Film. Tapos it's pronounced as film. Film. So after the fill, may 'di ba? Film. So that is epenthesis, no? So tinatanong ito sa actual board exam, no? So yeah, film, epenthesis. But for this one, our answer is conversion, okay? So what compromises the death of the author phenomenon? Is it letter A, the author dies? Letter B, the author's work is forgotten? Letter C, the author now has an inability to produce good context, no? Parang nawala yung skill niya in writing. Or letter D, the reader becomes the author of the text. So, to yung mga members ko sa group, hello. Some of these actually hindi natin na-discuss sa private group, no? So, because they are pretty public, I talk about some of these words sa mga Facebook reels ko, no? So, sa group namin, my discussions, it's not like very, yun bang talagang point by point, no? Kasi I think that's a lot to remember, lalong-lalo na kapag malapit na. So, yung bang shinortcut ko lang yung mga bagay, no? Lalong-lalo na yung mga recent na tinatanong sa board exam and the surroundings ko para ma-aware yung mga reviewees na, ganito pala yung tanong sa major, no? Kung hindi man siya actually lumabas, na-train na sila kung mga ganong tanungan. So yun lang, hindi talaga yung isa-isa 'no, kasi it took us 4 years in college 'no, tapos uulitin ko in just how many sessions. But we included a lot of actual board exam questions there, and also, yeah, they are very fun to discuss. So hello sa aking mga members. Anyway, correct answer is very good. Actually, it's, letter D 'no. Oo, hindi naman namatay yung author, but actually, um, yung death of the author phenomenon, this is by Roland Barthes, no? He is a French critic. Tapos, para sa kanya, dapat kung ano man yung text, it shouldn't be determined kung ano yung intention ng author, anong biography ng author, anong background, no? Oo. He insists na yung meaning sa binabasa natin, it should be based on our interpretation. Mhm. So dapat, the text meaning should depend on the reader's interpretation, hindi yung sa author. So yeah. Ito yung concept ni Roland Barthes, no? The death of the author. So I think I included this here. So yung author's intention, background, yung mga personal experiences niya, it's not so important when we're trying to understand the text, no? Instead, yung focus is kung paano inintindi ni reader, paano o ininterpret ni reader yung text. So in a sense, yung reader becomes the source of meaning, no? So actually, mas accurate sana yung the reader becomes the creator of meaning, 'di ba? So yeah, yan yung concept ni Roland Barthes na the death of the author. It's just like listening to a song, right? Depende yun kung masaya ka or heartbroken ka. Oo, depende paano mo i-feel yung music, 'di ba? So, oo, iba-iba tayo ng interpretation. So, that's why he insists na that's how it should be, no? Hindi masyadong focus kung anong intention ni author, no? Dapat mas importante kung paano siya in-interpret ni reader. So, yeah, that's the answer, letter D, okay? Next. So, yung nasa text, draw me a house. Tapos yung pagkabasa ng bata, draw me a horse. So, ano dito yung Miss Q, reading Miss Q? Oo. May high graphic similarity ba, low graphic, some graphic, or walang graphic similarity at all? So, yung word natin dito is yung house tsaka horse. So, paano ba ma-identify kung mataas yung graphic similarity or konti lang? Actually, walang low graphic similarity, okay? It's just a distractor. So it's either it's a high graphic, may some graphic, or no graphic similarity at all. So yung salitang house, high graphic similarity yan, no? So para bang kung ipagtapat natin yung words, parang they are different in only a few parts lang, no? If we divide the words 3 times, so for example, yung house, horse, 'di ba? Magkaiba lang sila sa letter U and sa letter R, no? So mataas yung graphic similarity nila, more than one, right? Kapag may some graphic similarity, kapag may some graphic similarity, one part of the word is the same, no? So for example, yung description tapos inscripting. So they are the same with the word script, no? Descript, inscript, no? Pero the rest of the parts is magkaiba na. So meron silang konting similarity, no? Some graphic similarity. Tapos yung no graphic similarity, wala talaga, no? So for example, the word Jenny and dapat, 'di ba? O sa unang tingin mo, you can really identify na magkaiba talaga 'no, yung Jenny tsaka dapat 'no. Pero Jenny, Lenny, oh 'yan, oo, high graphic similarity 'no. Jenny and Jesus, oh Jesus na lang. Bakit ba magkaiba yung pronunciation nun? So sa J-E na part, oo, there is some graphic similarity 'no. Sa ni and sa sus is magkaiba na. Oo. Kung wala talaga, they are not similar at all. So for this one, letter A is our answer, no? Mataas yung pagkakapareho. All right, so let's proceed. This is random, okay? Pwedeng literature, grammar, o kung ano-ano. Kasi minsan lang ako nagla-live sa Facebook page. So kunin na natin lahat. The original name of Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, is it Commedia, Divina Commedia, La Commedia, or Purgatorio, Paradiso, Inferno? So for this one, correct answer is very good. So Commedia, it was the original title, okay? So some of the sources will say letter C, La Commedia. But itong La kasi, it was just added over time because La means the in Italian, no? So dinagdagan na lang ng La Commedia. But originally, ito talaga yung pinaka simple na title, no? Originally titled his work Commedia, no, si Dante. So there, our correct answer is letter A, okay? Tapos, itong work na ito, it's yung Divine Comedy, it's divided into three parts, right? In which Virgil, oo, nag-tour siya doon sa afterlife. So, nauna siya sa Inferno, in which there are 9 spheres, and then sa Purgatorio, and then sa Paradiso, no? So, doon there are different kinds of sins kung saan ka ilalagay, right? Oo. So, parang pasok kuha natin lahat dun 'no. So, there may ibang sphere for anger, for jealousy, for, cheating, for gluttony. So, there. Anyway, for this one, our correct answer is letter A. Next, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So, um, recently, yung mga tinatanong din sa board exam ay yung mga oo, mga ganito 'no, songs for kids. So anyway, let's look at the question. Which among the pair of words rhyme? Is it stream, dream, row boat, gently stream, or merrily, merrily? Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. So, saan daw dun yung nag-rhyme? Ano ba yung rhyme? Yung magkapareho ng ending sounds, no? So, very obviously, our correct answer is so gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. So, they are the same. Yung im sound, no? Magka-rhyme sila. Yung row tsaka boat, they do not rhyme. Gently, stream, do not rhyme. Yung merrily, merrily naman, repeated lang na word. So, yeah, letter A is our answer. Next, so alin daw dito yung merong diphthongs? Is it stream, dream, row, boat, gently stream, or merrily, gently? What is our answer? Okay, so ano ba yung diphthongs, no? So, yung mga vowel sound, they pair with another vowel to create a new sound. Or not necessarily a vowel, but yeah, another sound, no? So, for example, yung O, tsaka W, 'di ba? From O, naging O. Oo. So, yung letter O, tsaka A, O, 'di ba? Row and boat. So, letter B is our answer, okay? May diphthongs. So, ano ba yung diphthongs? We have it here. So, you blend two vowel sounds together, no? Yung O-I, oy. O. A-I, I. No? Yung sa pronunciation ng time. So, the rest, ano ba yung, so, di ba, kapag diphthongs, you can produce a two vowel sound like, right? Like O and I, nagiging oy. Now, kapag single vowel sound lang talaga, so for example, yung long I, long E, short E, no, kapag ganun lang talaga, what do we call them? We call them monophthongs. Okay? So, nandito si Ma'am Reglin. Sabi niya, nag-video call daw kami kanina. Tapos ngayon, nag-live daw ako. Kasi grabe naman si Ma'am Reglin. Like, when I'm about to sleep, okay, nagle-lecture siya, nagle-live, no? Anong oras na? Tapos pagkagising ko, nagle-live ulit. Iba, oo, iba yung dedication niya to help our future. Na-shock ako na actually na-inspire ako ma'am na dahil sa'yo naisip ko na mag-live din kaya ako, oo. Wala kasi akong originality 'no, oo. And Bisaya pa, suya-suya ba 'no, oo. But hello to Ma'am Reglin, our queen sa Gen Ed and Prof Ed and sa Major in Science. Anyway, again, kapag single sound lang, yung long E, short E, 'no, so dream, stream, 'di ba? That's what we call monophthongs, okay? Monophthongs. Pero kapag ganito na there are two vowel sounds, right? Blended together, that's diphthongs, okay? So our correct answer is uh, yes, yung row tsaka boat, letter B. Okay, so next naman, let's go on a more deeper na pag-analyze. Which aspect is this metaphorical to? Yung row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Ilang beses ko ba 'tong dapat kantahin, no? Hindi ko kaya. So, our correct answer, is it life, fun, adventure, or difficulties? So, saan mo ba siya mas maihahalin tulad, no? yung kanta na yon. Oo. So, is it puwede din namang adventure, 'di ba, kasi nag-row ka na ng boat 'no, bakit ka pa lalayo? But it was very obvious, oo, yung sa last part, right? Life is but a dream. So, our correct answer is letter A, no? So, dito, oo, yung boat journey na yon, it's commonly interpreted as a metaphor sa ating buhay, no? So, yung mga stream 'no, yung mga difficulties, 'di ba, minsan maalog, minsan maalon, oo. Depende na, you just go with the flow, 'di ba? Mamatay-matay ka na, go with the flow pa rin 'no, oo. Tapos minsan, oo, kalma din naman 'no, chill lang. But for now, wala talagang kalma sa inyo 'no, hindi na siguro kayo natutulog kaka-review, parang marami ng eye bags, 'di ba? And then you realize, "Oh my gosh, ang dami ko pa palang hindi alam," 'di ba? Ready ba akong mag-take? Tapos in the middle of the night, iiyak ka na lang bigla. Oo, okey lang 'yan, okey? Lahat tayo, we all go through that secretly, okay? So anyway, correct answer is life 'no, yung sa life is but a dream 'no, that selection is a metaphor for life. So the teacher is employing a task-based approach. Ano dapat yung pinapagawa niya sa mga bata? Is it letter A, book a hotel room? Alam nga naman ano ibo-book mo sa hotel, no? Letter B, memorize grammar rules. Letter C, identify figurative languages. Or letter D, write a poem. So remember, yung i-encircle natin sa questionnaire ay task-based approach. Tatak, Ma'am Jenny, natawa ako niyan 'no. Tinatakan ko ba kayo? Okay. So correct answer, ano ba yung task-based approach? Kapag sabihin nating task-based, authentic, real life experiences, okay? Real life yung experience 'no. Yung bata, they are actually immersed sa real world na mga activities. Not just inside the classroom 'no. Yung task-based approach, it's also called, TBLT 'no, task-based language teaching. So the yes, very good 'no. Yung correct answer dito, actually I just did this, yung book a hotel room para maganda siya, para distractor siyang tingnan 'no. But actually, oo, puwede silang mag-conduct ng interviews 'no. They can write memos, they can reserve something 'no, using kasi of course if you will, for example, oo, book a hotel room 'no, dun ka talaga nakikipag-usap sa mga totoong tao 'no, sa mga totoong receptionist. So maybe they can write memos 'no, they can ano pa bang mga iba, they can interview someone, they can start a campaign. So yun talagang mga real life na tasks, okay? TBLT, task-based language teaching 'no. So yung grammar rules, that's more of the GTA 'no, grammar translation approach. Yung figurative languages naman, it's also not 'no, writing a poem, both are for creative writing 'no. Kapag task-based, authentic, real life experiences, okay? Siguro hindi niyo pinili yung letter A kasi parang green-minded 'no, na, "Ano ba naman 'yan na ma'am, o bakit sila magche-check-in?" Oo. Tingin niyo ba? Oo, mayaman yung mga students, okay, afford nila. Okay, but not necessarily that, okay? As long as it's a real life na experience or a real life task, okay? So our correct answer is like, yeah, mukhang distractor. Oo, I chose that. Next. Actually, marami pa yan 'no, sa language teaching. Now, in Tolkien's, The Lord of the Rings, ano yung totoong pangalan ni Gollum? Is it Gandalf, Bilbo, Frodo, or Smeagol? So, si Gollum yung, "Hi, precious." "My precious." Yung precious niya is yung ring, 'di ba? So, yun bang payat na nakakatakot na creature? That's Gollum. So, ano daw ba yung totoong pangalan niya? So, again, you don't have to, you know, like, actually watch it. Kung hindi niyo talaga bet, it's okay. Pero it's good na at least alam niyo what it's about kasi baka itanong siya sa board exam, 'no? Recently, tinatanong din yung Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So, for example, yung sa Lord of the Rings, ano ba yung meaning ng One Ring? Yung talagang pinaka-powerful na ring. What is it all about? So, yung sagot dun is ultimate power, no? Kaya gustong-gusto talaga makuha ni Sauron. So, si Sauron, siya yung Dark Lord, no? Siya yung kontrabida. Kung sa Harry Potter pa si Voldemort, sa Lord of the Rings, si Sauron yung Dark Lord. So, gustong-gusto niya yung makuha because he wants to take over Middle Earth, no? So, yung meron talaga sa ring is ultimate power, okay? So, anyway, correct answer natin dito is very good, no? That's Smeagol. So, si Gandalf, I mean, yeah, yan si Smeagol, no? Si Gollum. Si Gandalf, yun yung, si Gandalf the Grey, yung wizard, right? Yung may ganong hat, and he was very powerful. Kung sa Harry Potter pa, counterpart niya si Dumbledore, right? Also, naging Gandalf the White siya on the latter parts. Actually, I also had a really hard time. I love the Lord of the Rings movie, but with the book, it was very difficult for me to understand, no? It took me quite a long time to finish it, no? Kasi kailangan siyang ulitin basahin kasi masyadong, complicated yung terminologies, gano'n, no? So, yeah. Si Bilbo naman, siya yung bida sa The Hobbit. Again, itatanong yan, okay? Tinanong 'to sa recent din, who is the protagonist in The Hobbit. So, si Bilbo yun, no? So, siya yung bida sa The Hobbit. Tapos yung pamangkin niya, si Frodo, oo, siya naman yung bida sa Lord of the Rings, no? That's after The Hobbit. So, nauna yung The Hobbit, no, na si Bilbo yung may dala ng ring, kasi nakuha ni Bilbo yung ring from Gollum, no, kay Smeagol. Kaya nga galit na galit si Smeagol, hinahanap niya si My Precious, 'di ba? Oh, kasi yung ring, kaya naging ganyan yung mukha ni Smeagol. Yung ring kasi it's very powerful na nako-consume yung owner, no? Kaya kahit na for example, si Gandalf, super powerful, no? Or si yung taga Rivendell na elf, I forgot the name, they don't want to hold the ring. They don't want to, na sila yung magdala. They don't want to be the bearer. Kasi, it's so powerful, makukonsume ka, no? So, for example, naging ganyan si Gollum. So, yeah, they're not powerful enough to bear it, no? So, yung mga hobbits kasi, parang they're not so, ayaw nila ng a lot of responsibility, no? Like, they want a normal life. Oo. Hindi sila greedy na maging to take over everything, hindi sila greedy na maging super powerful. So kaya sila yung best na mga ring bearer, no? So lalong-lalo na sa tao, 'di ba? Ang greedy natin. Naku, naku kung ako yung maghahari ng mundo, naku. Oo. Kawawa, 'di ba? You don't know, 'di ba? For example, bukas yumaman kang bigla. 'Di ba? So magbabago ka talaga, right? Siguro gusto ko i-try ako ni Lord, no? Napayamanin ako, no? Tingnan natin kung talagang magbabago ba. Test lang, 'di ba? So, whereas, so yun na nga, si Bilbo and Frodo, they are both hobbits. So sila yung mga ring bearers, okay? And they're not so much into, being powerful. So yeah, kaya mas best na sila yung magdala sa ring. Anyway, correct answer is Migol. Again, yung bida sa The Hobbit, Bilbo, okay? Yung meaning ng ring, ultimate power. Baka itanong lang, no? Sinali ko na lang. Find the optional constituents. Jenny is my sweet and hardworking sister. She gave me an amazing gift last Christmas. So, alin daw dito yung optional constituents? Is it A, B, C, or D? What is your answer? But it's really good. Kung ako yung papipiliin between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, I would prefer, yeah, Lord of the Rings. I'm not saying na pangit yung Harry Potter, ha. I'm also a big Potterhead. In fact, I have a lot of things na hindi naman a lot, but I have a few things na Harry Potter inspired. But it's more for kids, yung Harry Potter, no? Siguro if I was young and then nabasa ko yun, I'd be very, wow, ang ganda, oo, I'd be a fan. But medyo malaki na ako, no? Wala kasi akong access. As a child, I didn't have access to those works, no? Wala nga kaming ulam, 'di ba? Paano makaka-afford kami ng libro or ng TV, no? Oh, imagine niyo na lang. Okay. So nung high school na ako and college, I can finally borrow. Oo, dun lang ako. Kawawa naman, no? Okay lang 'yan. And then yeah, I prefer The Lord of the Rings. It's much better, I think. Para sa akin lang, no? Anyway, correct answer dito is it A or D? Iba-iba tayo ng sagot, but it's actually, sa syntax, kapag sabihin nating optional constituents, ito yung mga words or phrases na pwede mong tanggalin. Okay? Without making the sentence grammatically incorrect. Okay? Na kahit natanggalin mo ang mga words na 'yan, tama pa rin yung sentence grammatically. So, kapag tanggalin natin yung letter D, so it's, "Jenny is my sister. She gave me a gift last Christmas." 'Di ba? So, yung mga adverbs 'no, adverbial phrases, so puwede silang tanggalin, okay? And then you can still, have the sentence, so, parang tama pa rin siya grammatically. So, yeah, that is what we call the optional constituents, okay? So, you can remove these words or phrases without making the sentence, be grammatically incomplete. So, letter D is our answer, okay? Alin dito yung half woman, half bird? Manananggal yung sagot na. Ma'am, wala diyan yung manananggal. Okay, is it Minotaur, Cyclops, Harpy, or Sphinx? Puwede din naman 'no, pero sa Philippine mythology 'yan. So, part woman, part bird siya 'no? Okay, 'yan, oh. So, meron siyang, mukha and the body of a woman, pero meron ding wings and talons 'no? Actually, I've learned the word talons from a child. Oh, kasi nasabi ko na, those are the feet of the bird." Tapos sinabi ng bata, "Those are not feet, those are talons." Okay, sorry. Sorry naman, oo. Iba yung talon sa'min 'no, yung you jump, oo, talon pala yun. So yeah, yung sa paa niya 'no, yan ay harpy. Tapos kapag sabihin naman nating minotaur, that is half man, half bull 'no, half man, half bull. Yes. Ano ba yung cyclops? This is a giant with one eye. And then the sphinx, so yan, usually may head ng woman tapos body of a lion tapos may wings din siya 'no. So itong sphinx, the sphinx is famous for asking riddles 'no, lalong-lalo na sa Greek mythology. So you remember, a sphinx guarding the city of Thebes, tapos china-challenge na yung mga travelers with riddles. So for example, yung what walks with 4 legs in the morning? Oo, 2 at noon and 3 sa gabi 'no. Yan yung question ni Sphinx tapos walang nakakasagot 'no, kaya oo, nagwala siya dun sa city. Tapos, oo, si Oedipus lang yung nakasagot sa riddle. So, ano bang sagot dun sa riddle na yon? 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, at 3 naman sa gabi. So that is a human being, no? Human being. So, 4 legs as a baby kasi nagko-crawl pa tayo, no? Tapos 2 at noon, like when you're an adult, no, nakakalakad ka na ng maayos, good for you. And then gumagamit ka na ng cane when we are old, right? Oo. Actually, ma'am, right now, oo, gumagamit na ng cane. So that's the third leg na. So 3 legs in the evening. So si Oedipus lang yung nakasagot sa riddle kaya niya na-defeat yung Sphinx 'no. So anyway, yung half, may head of, half woman, part bird, harpy, okay? Tanong din sa board exam is, ano ba yun? Anong mythical creature ang na-defeat ni Hercules? Anong mythical creature ang na-defeat ni Hercules? So that's the Hydra, no? Lernaean Hydra. So there. Very interesting. Anyway, harpy and so on. Let's proceed. So which titan was punished by Zeus for giving fire to humanity? Is it Cronus, Atlas, Prometheus, or Oceanus? Correct answer is, okay, what about the others? So may nagtanong, ilang oras daw yung major in English sa actual let? Um, Depende, ano? Oo, pwede mo naman i-share lahat. Yeah, again, it's subjective. Pero sa experience ko, 3 PM nagsa-start yung pagsagot sa major kasi siya yung pinakahuli yung sasagutan. And ito yung i-expect nyo by that time, nakakapagod na. Oo. Kasi sumagot ka sa Gen Ed, naubos na yung brain cells, sumagot ka sa Prof Ed, wala na talaga 'no, oo. And then sa major, oo, inaantok ka na, pagod ka na, 'di ba? So hopefully, 'wag kang magpatalo, okay? Just think na you cannot live September 20, 2026 again. It's the only time, it's the only chance. So dapat hindi ka matalo. So sa panahon ko, even when I was so tired and gusto ko na talagang mag-breakdown kasi it felt like I did not know these questions, tuloy pa rin ako 'no, oo, hindi talaga ako nagpatalo 'no. After na ako nag-breakdown, I cried the ugly cry, yung talagang iyak talaga na para akong bata na inagawan ng candy, yun talaga 'no. That was how I felt 'no, and thankfully my family were very understanding, they did not laugh, they just comforted me, oo. Pero pagkatapos, o tumawa na sila. Okay, so that's one thing na labanan niyo, okey, yung pagod, 'di ba? Lalong-lalo na if hindi ka sanay na magbasa kasi from the whole day magbabasa ka lang sa board exam. Oo, tapos hindi lang magbabasa na for fun 'no, nagbabasa ka ng Precious Hearts Romances 'no, na may mga pa-kiss-kiss, hindi, 'di ba? You read and then you find the correct answer, so talagang pinapagana mo yung utak mo. And you know what? Mas nakakapagod 'yan 'no, kasi kapag pagod ka physically, like 'di ba galing ka nagsaka or kung anong ginawa mo, you can just sleep, you can just nap, you can just drink coffee, 'di ba, mag-energy drink. Pero kapag yung utak, yung pagod, talagang pagod lahat. 'Di ba, it's very draining. So that's also one thing na labanan niyo, okey, yung antok tsaka yung pagod. Kasi nakakapagod talaga kapag yung utak mo yung pagod. Yeah, so lalong-lalo na sa major shift, it's around the afternoon na, so 3 to 6 if I remember correctly. So yeah, prepare for that, okay? Anyway, correct answer is Prometheus, 'no? So Prometheus stole fire from the gods 'no, and binigay niya sa mga tao. Tapos pinunish siya ni Zeus 'no, Zeus chained him into a rock, tapos there is an eagle ba yun, na kakainin yung patay niya every day and it would just grow back each night, 'di ba? So that's the punishment. So Cronus, siya yung leader ng mga Titans, also father ni Zeus 'no. Atlas is also a second generation Titan, and I think he was punished kasi nag-alsa din sila against the Olympian gods. And so he was punished to carry the heavens on his shoulders, 'di ba? And then you have Oceanus. Siya yung parang sa river kasi before that parang a longer time pa itong si Oceanus 'no. Like they believe that the world was flat and so siya yung mga river, oo. So, the great world encircling river 'no. And then later on replaced by Poseidon 'no, na naging god of the sea, right? So for this one, punished for giving fire to humanity, that's Prometheus, okay? Are also called blended words, which is also called clipped words, neologism, portmanteau, or word cline. So, pwede daw bang mapatakan ng luha yung answer sheet? Please don't, okay? So, mga nagtanong, "Ma'am, pwede magdala ng panyo, pwede magdala ng tissue?" Yes, you can bring, okay? Pwede magdala ng empty na bond paper para sa Gen Ed Math? Yes, you can. Okay, kung pagbabawalan kayo, di itapon niyo 'no. Hindi naman siguro sasabihin ng proctor na, "Ay, may dala kang tissue, umuwi ka, bawal na." Oh, 'di ba? Ay, grabe naman 'no, ang harsh. So, kapag bawal 'yan, "Okey sir, okey, nasaan yung trash can? O itatapon ko or ilagay ko sa bag ko or whatsoever." So, yeah, you can bring whatever, okay? Kung bawal, eh, di ipalayo mo or itapon mo. So, yung phone lang, I think they have been very strict na talagang bawal daw. But actually, no one can answer this distinctly 'no, no one can answer this specifically. Kasi actually iba-iba siya every venue, okay? So yung iba pinapayagan magdala ng phone, it's just outside your room or yung bag mo sa labas or sa harapan 'no. Kasi so sad naman kung bawal ang phone and not everyone is from the city kung saan sila mag-e-exam, 'di ba? Some will travel far pa from the province 'no, tapos magbo-book ng angkas or move it, 'di ba? Or tatawag sa family 'di ba? Kasi magbe-breakdown, no? Oo, or for safety purposes, I really think it's not very logical na bawal yung phone. Hmm. So, puwede naman siyang ilagay sa labas 'no. So, again, I don't have a distinct answer for this kasi iba-iba siya every proctor and every venue. Mm. Mas better siya if you ask the people you know na nag-take sa the same kung gaano sila ka-strict. Sa'kin, pinalagay lang sa harapan yung bags namin, okey? Hindi not necessarily transparent yung bag, okey lang, okey? Oo. So, mamaya na kayo mag-overthink niyan on the no, let's cross the bridge when we get there, char. Anyway, correct answer dito is letter So, very good 'no? So, yung portmanteau, it's, a word formed by blending parts 'no, or combining words. So, for example, yung brunch 'no, breakfast plus lunch 'no, smoke plus fog 'no, smog. Another is yung motel 'no, motorist hotel 'no. So, iba yung I know iba yung understanding natin, yung iba diyan sa motel, but actually it's there para when people are yung pagod na sila sa biyahe and they want to stop muna and magpahinga, diyan sila sa mga motels 'no. You have information plus commercial, infomercial, 'di ba? Ano ba yung clipped words? So, when words are shortened, pinaikli 'no, like advertisement, ad, laboratory, lab, 'di ba? Yung neologism naman, this is a newly coined, bagong gawa na word. So, yung palagi kong ini-example hanggang hindi na siya naging bago 'no, yung selfie, 'di ba, or yung mansplain, 'di ba? Are you familiar with the word mansplain? Like, hindi ako ayoko maging judgmental, pero meron talagang ibang lalaki na they feel like they are more knowledgeable about a specific topic than girls, 'di ba? So, for example, sports 'no, lalong-lalo na kung basketball. It's understandable na yung mga lalaki naman talaga yung mas may alam, right? Kasi yung mga babae nanonood lang naman kung sino yung gwapo 'no? So, yung mansplain is yung mga lalaki, they tend to over-explain about it kahit na hindi mo naman tinatanong, 'di ba? Or about video games, for example. So yeah, mansplain, that's an example of neologism, okay? And then wordcline, ito yung scale of words, oo, depende sa degree ng kanyang ibig sabihin. Okay? So, itong wordcline, tinatanong din sa board exam, okay? So, for example, yung mainit, word na hot, 'di ba? So merong hindi masyadong mainit, mainit, sobrang init 'no, like warm, hot, tapos meron pang scorching, 'di ba? So yan yung word climb 'no. Or sa cold naman, cold, oo. Merong sakto lang, hindi masyadong malamig to sobrang lamig 'no, from cold to freezing. So yan ang word climb 'no, the degrees of meaning, gaano siya katindi. Okay, so for this one, it's letter C. Next. So, traditional Japanese theater known for its elaborate and stylized performances, vibrant costumes, dramatic the makeup, exaggerated actions. Is it kabuki, kyujen, panchatantra, or no? Forgive me if I mispronounce some words because I only learned them through reading, no? I probably haven't heard someone say it correctly. Lalong-lalo na yung mga, oo, ganito, no? So, elaborate and stylized performances. Okay, very good. So that is kabuki, no? Letter A. So mas elaborate, colorful yung costumes nila, no? Dramatic talaga yung makeup. Like puti lahat and then exaggerated, no? Exaggerated din yung gestures, yung movements. So yan ay kabuki, okay? Exaggerated. So this is a traditional Japanese theater. So what were the other options ba? Yung isa, yung Panchatantra. Let me go back muna kasi I did not. So there, I did not include it sa options as a sa rationalization. So kapag Panchatantra, this is an Indian collection of fables. Okay? Again, Indian collection of fables, yung letter C, no? Mga Indian na pabula. So it's not a theater form from Japan. Okay, it's from an Indian collection of fables. So for the correct answer, it's kabuki as shown in the picture. Tapos yung iba naman, so itong no, hala no, a classical, a Japanese theater pa rin, pero mas opposite siya sa kabuki. So mas simple siya, okay? Simplicity, mas controlled yung movements niya, okay? Kasi yung kabuki, it's very colorful, no? Yung performances is sobra-sobra naman. Yung no is mas, oh no, no? Parang, no, I don't want that. Chill lang siya, okay? O parang nonchalant, 'di ba? So mas less yung simple lang talaga, okay? Less yung movements. And then you have Kyogen, no? So a traditional Japanese comic theater, no? So often performed ito in between no. Kasi 'di ba yung no, it's so simple, parang nonchalant, dull siya na play, right? So in between, there is Kyogen, no? A comedic theater form, no? Nakakatuwa naman there. But our answer is kabuki, okay? Next. Make sure to properly hold the blank of the horse. Is it rain, 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 or rain? Okay, for this one, the correct answer is very good. Letter A. Actually, ito siya, hindi siya nawawala sa let. Oo. Yung reason pala na tinatanong nila is yung bait, no? Bait, bit, beat, no? Baka itanong doon, no? Hawak mo ang A, beat, bait. Yan yung tinatanong. So, oo, tingnan nyo yan. But previously then, ito ding rain, hindi siya nawawala. So, the correct answer dito is letter A, no? Yung strap attached sa horse. Yan yung rein, no? R-E-I-N. So this is used so that you can control or guide the horse. Okay? So yung letter B, kapag yung question doon is the reign of Queen Elizabeth, baka letter A yung masagot nyo sa Queen Elizabeth. Sabi ni Ma'am Jenny, oo, reign. Yung reign na letter A sa horse. Oo, alam nga kay Queen Elizabeth, no? Lagyan mo ng strap si Queen Elizabeth, no? So yung reign na may G, that's letter B, okay? So, yung mga ibang classmates ko, actually, yung tinanong sa amin during my time is itong horse, no? Tapos yung sinagot nila yung reign na letter B. Kasi daw, naisip nila si Jesus, na Jesus reigns daw. At sure daw sila na hindi sila iro-wrong ni Jesus. Kaya Jesus reigns. Kahit nasa horse, no? Gusto ko yung idea, no? Na hindi ka i-fail ni Jesus. Kasi Jesus reigns. So, kahit na horse yung tanong, no? Ibang rain yung don't do that, okay? Hindi naman talaga tayo ife-fail ng Panginoon, pero, be logical, okay? So, itong rain na letter C, yung ulan, yes, sometimes it can be the correct answer, but you know what? It's very easy na, no? So, kapag Queen Elizabeth doon, yung letter B na rain, okay? Let's proceed. Natawa ako sa Jesus reigns, no? Totoo naman. Pero sa question, oo, ang layo, no? Anyway, a silent, motionless depiction of a scene created by actors, often from a picture, is a theater, tableau, pantomime, or puppetry. So, motionless, no? Walang galaw. So, freeze lang sila. Oo. Silent, tsaka walang galaw. So often, it resembles painting. Parang painting or it resembles a picture. What do we call that? That is letter. Kasi yung pantomime, it's acting, it's silent, pero may galaw. 'Di ba? You are telling a story through actions without words. No, yung pantomime. So ito, walang ingay, walang galaw. Oo. So this is, okay, very good. That's letter B, no? Tableau. Tableau ba yung pronounce tableau? I-search ko after, okay? Sabihin ko sa inyo. I-chat ko kayo one by one. But yeah, silent and motionless, no? Often resembling a picture or a painting. That's tableau, okay? Letter B. Yes, very good. So kapag theater, it's a dramatic performance. Again, pantomime, acting without words. Okay? With movement or gestures lang, no? And they're trying to tell a story, no? Yung puppetry naman, yeah, storytelling using puppets. Okay? So for this one, letter B is our answer. Basta nakuha nyo na, okay? May picture pa, no? Para mga bata ba? Ma-bored tayo kung puro lang text, yung PowerPoint, no? Parang nahihilo din ako sa gano'n, no? Oo, gusto ko yung maaliw. Ma'am, pumunta ka sa comedy. Oo, wag ka sa lecture, no? Wag ka sa review. Ano ba naman kayo? Wala kayong childhood. Okay. So, who is the Nobel Prize winner and one of the most celebrated British novelists of the last 40 years? Is it Basho, Tolkien, Dan Brown, or Kazuo Ishiguro? So, itong author na ito is tinanong sa actual board exam. And actually, that's why mahirap talaga yung major in English because sobrang daming literary works, 'di ba? And I'm not saying na hindi mahirap yung iba, okay? But I was told that from a friend na major in math na pero actually matalino din talaga siyang tao and matalino talaga siya sa math. Kaya niya daw mas preferred yung math, it's because it's the same. Okay, my formula and that's how it's been for how many years, no? Like alangan naman, next year baguhin natin yung 1 plus 1 ha, equals 24 naman, 'di ba? Kahit na mawala na tayo sa mundo yung 1 plus 1 no, 2 pa rin talaga 'no. So, with English kasi lalong-lalo na sa literature, there are so many, 'di ba? And honestly, every board exam may talagang bagong author silang tinatanong 'no. So, for example, this author or yung si, Zadie Smith, like, saan niyo kinukuha 'yan, 'di ba? So, usually yung inaaral lang natin Shakespeare, Homer, 'di ba? Dante Aligre, Leo Tolstoy, gano'n lang, 'di ba? So, there are also so many 'no, and, you cannot expect na basahin mo talaga lahat ng libro 'no, baka mabuang tayo 'no, o mabaliw tayo. So, that's also the difficult part, as much as I love, gusto ko rin talaga yung major in English and I'm very happy na ito yung major ko because I love speaking, I love reading. Pero sa board exam, yan din yung medyo difficult na part, no? There's just so much literary works, 'di ba? So yeah, anyway, correct answer dito is very good. So that's letter D, no? So yung mga sikat na works niya ay yung The Remains of the Day and Never Let Me Go. Again, The Remains of the Day and Never Let Me Go. Okay? So he is a Japanese-born British novelist, no? So of course, hindi mo pa siya masagot kung hindi mo siya kilala kasi sabi British, no? Umukhang Japanese. Oo. So parang distractor din, 'di ba? So yeah, but anyway, yeah, Kazuo Ishiguro kapag iulit 'to, okay? So si Matsuo Basho is famous for what, everyone? Haiku, okay? So Matsuo Basho, famous for haiku, yung Japanese poem, no? About emotions and nature na may 3 lines, no? J.R.R. Tolkien, yan yung author ng kanina, The Lord of the Rings, di ba? Dan Brown is an American novelist and hindi pa naman natanong si Dan Brown so far sa board exam, pero sinama ko siya kasi favorite ko siya, no? Isa sa favorite authors ko, oo. Alam nyo ba, no? Live ko to. So, ay, magaling talaga si Dan Brown. So, he authored The Lost Symbol. Hala, no, 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 no. The Da Vinci Code. Oh my gosh. Ang bagal, no? It's at the tip of my tongue. So, he authored The Da Vinci Code, The Lost Symbol, Inferno, and so many more. The Origin. And I have probably read most of his works, if not all, na magaling talaga si Dan Brown. So, it's about time na isali na siya ni PRC, no? Baka magprotesta ako na isali niya yung favorite author ko. But for now, letter D is our answer. So, which of the following is a strategy that helps students monitor their reading comprehension by the use of summarizing, question generating, clarifying, and predicting? Is it direct explanation, reciprocal teaching, questioning strategy, or simulation techniques? Correct answer is, technically, I also don't enjoy grammar very much. It's the same as math para sa akin, no? Like, meron talagang, ayoko no, no? yung may exact formula, o subject plus verb, 'di ba? Ano ba 'yan? Pero maganda din sana yung literature kaya lang sa board exam, it's a lot, 'no? Hindi kasi fun-fun lang yung pagbabasa natin 'no, sa board exam. But anyway, oo, they're just testing how knowledgeable we are kasi major 'to 'no, and we will teach this sa students. So, yeah. Kaya lang kung ang daming authors na puwedeng isali 'no, ang daming genres. Oo, tapos very specific pa. For example, sa Harry Potter, so, oh, I forgot basta lumabas yung Harry Potter but the question is very specific, okay? Like I think it was about the Sorcerer's Stone. Tapos of course sa discussions ko sinasali ko yung Harry Potter. Not every part of it 'no, like yung sinasali ko lang for example yung free video ko sa YouTube na sino si Harry Potter, sino yung kalaban, what is it all about, yung author si J.K. Rowling, 'di ba? Gano'n lang. So alangan naman mag-movie marathon ako sa lecture 'no, tapos i-post ko tapos i-explain ko na, "Oh 'yan, oh pinanganak si Harry taka may lighting siya." No, 'di ba? So yung question sa board exam was very specific. And there were some of my reviewees blaming me na, "Ma'am naman, sana man lang sinabi mo kung ano yung ano ng Sorcerer's Stone, 'di ba?" Eh, alam ko ba ano na 'yan yung itatanong. Kaya alangan naman every part and imagine it's a very long story. I think 7 books, 'di ba? Oo, sobrang or 6 books tapos 7 movies siya. So alangan mo i-explain natin bit by bit 'no? Siguro kung college tayo tapos we have a whole semester to talk about it, it's okay, 'di ba? So, ganyan siya ka-unpredictable. I think that's the difficult part sa major in English, 'no? Anyway, oh, ang layo na, 'no? Correct answer dito is reciprocal teaching. So, yung reciprocal teaching, yung, activities na kasama niya, una yung summarizing, in which the bata will identify the main ideas, and then they will generate questions about the text. So, kasama na diyan yung letter C 'no, napasok na siya sa letter B. And then they will resolve, so diyan yung clarifying 'no, kung ano yung mga parts na medyo nalito sila, they will clarify that. And then there is predicting 'no, or ina-anticipate ng bata what comes next. So again, summarizing, questioning, clarifying, and predicting, ito yung components ng reciprocal teaching, okay? In which, yeah, the bata will monitor their own understanding through these 4 activities, okay? Yung direct explanation, letter A, it's self-explanatory, no? So, the teacher will provide clear and straightforward na explanation, no? Explicit yung instruction dito ni teacher. So, questioning strategy naman, oo, mga thought-provoking questions. So, to promote critical thinking and deeper understanding, ito is component na siya ng reciprocal teaching, 'di ba, yung sa pangalawa, generating, question generating. And of course, you have the last one, yung simulation techniques. So, real life scenarios, okay? Para may hands-on na experience yung mga bata or ma-immerse sila sa kung ano man yung topic na dinidiscuss nyo. Okay? So, puwedeng role-playing, for example 'no, simulation technique. So, basta simulation, role-playing talaga yung number 1 na activity. So, for that one, kapag summarizing, questioning, clarifying, and predicting, ito ay reciprocal teaching. Okay, next. So, Kalidasa, also known as the Indian Shakespeare, has a famous play known as, is it Basa, the Vedas, Ramayana and Mahabharata, or Shakuntala? So, kapag itanong who is the Indian Shakespeare, that's Kalidasa. No? Although, yeah, I haven't heard na talagang tinanong ito, pero palaging sinasali sa mga review, no? So, syempre, hindi ako patalo, no? So, sinali ko rin. Oo. Bakit ba? So, correct answer. Okay, ano ba yung naisulat ni Kalidasa? That is letter, actually letter D, no? So, ito yung, mm, isa sa mga famous Sanskrit, no? Play ni Kalidasa, Shakuntala. Ano ba yung iba? So yeah, Shakuntala is an epic. Uh, Love and separation between Shakuntala and King Dushyanta. So actually, this is Shakuntala and Dushyanta, no? Mas famous siya known that way. So, and how they were reunited in the end. So again, written by Kalidasa, the Indian Shakespeare. Yung Basa naman, this is an ancient playwright pa rin siya, but parang before pa kay Kalidasa. Okay? And you have the Vedas. So ito, mga oldest sacred text sa Hinduism. Okay? So this is, yeah, itong four parts o apat na Vedas, Rig Veda, Samaveda, yan and yan. Ayoko na basahin kasi baka ma-mispronounce ko. Okay? Basta itong the Vedas, they contain mga hymns, prayers, mga rituals, no? Mga philosophical teachings. So again, the oldest sacred texts of Hinduism. Okay? The Vedas. Yung Ramayana naman, Mahabharata, you also know about that, no? That was traditionally attributed to Valmiki, no? Anyway, for this one, what is the name of the magical creature that guards the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? Is it Aragog, Thestrals, Dobby, or the Basilisk? So, sino daw yung nag-guard sa entrance ng Chamber of Secrets? Naawa ako sa mga hindi Potterhead, no? Ano ba yung Chamber of Secrets? Siguro that's how you will feel and that's normal kasi nga hindi mo alam or hindi mo bet, no? Yeah, like some people kasi there are iba talaga na they make you feel stupid for not knowing something or for not liking something, no? Like parang hindi mo alam yung Harry Potter, oh my gosh, you miss half of your life. Hindi naman, no? Kung ayaw nila, no, wag natin, okay lang. But if we are going to take the board exam, it's good na at least, no, dapat may alam tayo or you can have like background information about it. But you don't have to like it, okay? Like, yeah. Sa mga pamangkin ko, I tried introducing, pero kung ayaw ng bata, eh, di ko rin pinipilit, no? Like, of course, it's kind of boring, no, if you're not really into that. Kung gusto mo rin naman, actually, there are reviewees din na nagtatanong, "Ma'am, do you have soft copy? Kasi na-interest ako sa Harry Potter because of you." I really appreciate that, okay? Pero kung ayaw, okay lang din, no? Iba-iba tayo ng trip. Okay. Anyway, correct answer dito is, okay, congratulations doon sa mga sumagot ng letter D. So that's the basilisk, no? So this is the giant serpent, no, that lives inside. Oo, at siya din yung nag-guard sa Chamber of Secrets, no? So, yung language nito is yung parcel tongue. Ano ba yung parcel tongue, no? Kapag may parcel ka, tapos sobrang tuwa mo, no? Parcel tongue is the language of the snakes. So ganon-ganon sila, no? Si Harry Potter is marunong siya mag-parcel tongue. So ganon siya makipag-usap sa snake. But anyway, yan yung basilisk, okay? Is the guard of the Chamber of Secrets. Ano ba yung iba? So yung thestrals, so winged horses. Okay? So makakakita ka lang ng thestrals if you have witnessed death. So I think si Luna Lovegood, right? Please correct me if I'm actually I read Harry Potter in college. So matagal-tagal na, no? Siguro I have to review din. But as sa naalala ko, yung makikita mo lang yung thestrals if you have witnessed death, no? Tapos yung Aragog naman, this is a giant spider, no, na friend ni Hagrid. And Dobby is the house elf, no, na pinotektahan si Harry, no, na binigyan niya ng sock. And Dobby is free, 'di ba? So anyway, yung guard ng Chambers of Secrets is the basilisk, okay? So I think I included, 'di ba? Do a movie marathon if you want. I remember kasi sinuggest ko 'to before sa lecture 'no, na mag-movie marathon kayo, ito. Tapos may nagreklamo na, ang dami naman niyan, hindi na lang pala magre-review, manonood na lang ng movie. Okey, kung ayaw mo, eh, 'di 'wag 'no, ba't ka galit? Oh, chill, okey? Kaya sinalihan ko na ngayon ng if you want 'no. Kung ayaw niyo, 'wag na lang magalit 'no. So, yung Harry Potter, there are 7 movies, The Hobbit 3, Lord of the Rings 3, meron ding Gods of Egypt, Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans, and then yung recent 'no, The Odyssey, yung journey ni Odysseus. But recent lang siyang pinalabas. I'm not sure kung saan 'yan, oo, ipapakita. It's either Disney Plus or Netflix, I don't know. So yeah, yung pinakamaganda dito, my most favorite is probably The Hobbit. It's better for me than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I really, really like The Hobbit. So, kung gusto niyo lang, okey, kung ayaw niyo, okey lang din 'no. Puwede lang kayong mag-research ng summary or at least kilalanin niyo yung mga famous characters, 'di ba? Kasi it's pretty tiring to watch these kung hindi ka talaga interested, kasi boring siya, oo. Like parang manonood ka lang tapos nagsasalita sila tapos British pa, so hindi mo maintindihan 'no kung walang subtitle. And especially if you haven't read the book, medyo mahirap siyang i-comprehend 'no. So, if you don't want, oo, at least have, a background information about these works, okay? Kung you want, kung interested ka talaga, eh, okey lang din 'no, go 'no, walang nagpipigil. Anyway, Jenny and John said they would arrive late. What is shown in the underlined words? Is it alliteration, co-reference, consonants, or deexis? Ano daw yung house ko sa Hogwarts? I have here. Oh. So, anong house sa Hogwarts ba? Para sa mga hindi Potterhead. So, yung Hogwarts house, para siyang nung college tayo, department. So, may Department of Education, Criminology, Computer Studies, Commerce, Nursing, 'di ba gano'n? Oo, gano'n sa Hogwarts 'no. So, yeah, I am tadang! Slytherin. This is given by Ma'am Kim Jovita. Regalo niya, very sweet 'no, I'm so happy. So, mas gusto ko ang Slytherin. Yeah, kasi pure blood ako. Char. No, I like them because they are cunning. Kung may gusto sila, talagang hinahanapan nila ng paraan, right? Kayo ba? Anyway, correct answer dito is okay, it's co-reference. Actually, puwede ding deexis, but yung deexis kasi there's so much more than just names, okay? So dito, klarong-klaro, yung in-underline is si Jenny, John, at yung they. So the pronoun na they, it refers to Jenny and John, no? So when the expression refers to the same person or people or thing, yan ay tinatawag na co-reference, okay? So yung alliteration, paulit-ulit na initial sound, no? So kapag alliteration, just think of tongue twisters, no? Peter Pepper peck a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Pepper picked, ano? So mga pa 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 pa. Oh. So yan ay alliteration, no? Kapag consonants naman, um, ito ay repetition of consonant sounds, no? Within or pwedeng sa ending ng words, no? So for example, I was in pain when it rained in Spain. So A. That is consonants, no? Pain, Spain, rain, 'di ba? And yung deexis naman, pwede din siya, but it's more than that, no? Yung, depende kasi ito sa speaker, no? Anong lugar, anong oras ng pagkasabi niya sa isang bagay. So for example, if I say, "I will meet you here tomorrow," so ito yung mga deictic na words, no? I, sinong nagsasalita, will meet you, o yung you, sino yung kausap. I will meet you here, no? Saan? Oo. And tomorrow, that's when, kailan, no? So those are deictic words, no? So the meaning can change depende sa context, okay? So, that's the sinong nagsasalita, sinong kausap, anong oras, no? Saan yung lugar. So yeah, deictic words or deexis. So if it's referring to the same identity, no? So for example, they refers to Jenny and John. So, that's co-reference, okay? Oo. Bakit ba malilate si Jenny and John? Secret, secret na lang kung anong gagawin namin ni John, 'no? Ang gagawin namin ay, maghahanap pa ng pasalubong. Yung a-attend ka ng Christmas party 'no, tapos on that day diyan ka pa mamimili ng gifts, I hate that. Ako September nagde-decorate na ako 'no, kasi Filipino tayo 'no, ipaglaban natin. Anyway, let's proceed. Actually, it's just 30 items pero mahaba din pala 'no, I thought I will be done by 30 minutes but I'm so talkative. Anyway, which of the following is a short story written by a Filipino author that explores themes of alienation and cultural identity? So ito tinanong din sa board exam. We have a lot of things like this sa aming private group 'no? Oo. Like, sobrang dami ng ano dun, available na discussions. Anyway, is this, Scent of Apple sa Pula sa Puti, New Yorker, in Tondo, or Bayanihan? So sa mga members ko diyan, I know you can answer this correctly. So this explores, the experiences of Filipino immigrants 'no, sa United States. So yung mga tema ay loneliness 'no, parang cultural identity. So we can have two answers 'no. So if you say, yun bang sa yeah, cultural identity na side. So we are left with Scent of Apples or New Yorker in Tondo. Pero mas mabigat pa rin yung Scent of Apples, no? Okay, so this is by who wrote Scent of Apples? Bienvenido Santos, no? So ito yung story niya about how Filipinos abroad struggle, no, with feeling like they belong, no, with trying to maintain their identity, 'di ba? Because he was invited to speech, oo, to speak, hindi invited to speech. He was invited to deliver a speech or invited to speak, oo, at a conference tapos may Pinoy na nagtanong na, "Matagal na akong hindi nakauwi. So, how are the, uh, women from our country different, from the past than they are now?" So, medyo na-shock si Mr. Santos sa question na yun 'no. And yeah, nakilala niya yung nagtanong and then, he visited their house actually, 'di ba? And dun may farmland sila ng apples 'no. And just the scent of apples just brings you home, something like that 'no. Bakit hindi mangoes 'no? Feel ko mas relatable yung mangga sa atin, but okay 'no, iba tayong pala desisyon. So yung New Yorker in Tondo naman, this is by Marcelino Agana. So it's more of ano ba, cultural conflict? Kasi 'di ba yung bida dito is ayaw na niyang, parang from living in Tondo, she moved to New York and nabago siya entirely. So nung umuwi siya, parang, oo, bago lahat sa kanya. Like, "Oh, oo, don't call me that, call me Francesca," 'di ba? Not Kikay or something. So, and then later on, oo, na-realize niya naman na it's not right to forget who you are 'no. So, it can be the correct answer, but, it's not primarily known as it's about alienation 'no or immigrant identity. Kasi yung immigrant talagang dun ka na tumira 'no. Eh, itong si New Yorker in Tondo, bumalik siya sa Tondo, okay? Sa Pula sa Puti, this is by Francisco Rodrigo, no? It's about cockfighting, no? Pagsasabong. Oo, about kulas and siling, you can look it up. Kung magso-storytelling ako, I really like that story, no? Baka bukas pa tayo matapos. And of course, bayanihan, we all know what that is. This is the Filipino spirit, no? Of being a community, no? Being united as a community in which nagtutulong-tulong tayo, no? We cooperate, no? So yeah. Anyway, correct answer is letter A. Next, which assessment is appropriate for oral examination in phonetics? Is it authentic, performance, portfolio, or written? What is our answer? Apples feel like home. O, ano bang smell ng home nyo? Okay, so correct answer dito. Let's encircle oral examination in phonetics, no? So dito, you are requiring the students to demonstrate pronunciation. stress, intonation, 'di ba? Yung mga speech sounds. So of course, mas bagay na assessment is the performance assessment, ano? So yung authentic, yung real life, 'di ba? So alangan naman, okay, tingnan natin kung gaano ka kagaling mag-pronounce. Okay, bumili ka doon sa labas ng ganito, 'di ba? Tapos punta ka do'n, "Excuse me, I want to buy a margarine." Oh, tapos pagtawanan ka ng tindera 'no. Hindi naman gano'n 'no, kasi it should be performance 'no. The student is able to pronounce well 'no. Tama yung intonation 'no, yung volume, gaano kabilis or kabagal siya magsalita, 'di ba? Kapag portfolio, this is a collection of their work over time, so it's also not appropriate 'no. Kapag written, oo, it's also not kasi it's an oral examination. So, malamang hindi siya written 'no, it should be a performance assessment. So, kayo ba kapag bumili, since major in English kayo 'di ba? Oo, margarine ba yung sasabihin niyo? Parang nakakahiya naman 'no? Katulad nung tawang-tawa talaga ako sa Kikeo, yung cacao tree, oo, Kikeo pala daw yung pronunciation niya 'no? Parang ang weird na puwedeng pabili ng Kikeo. So, ano ba, baliw ba 'to 'no? So, okey. Dito na lang tayo sa mas normal 'no, okay. Anyway, so performance, oral examination phonetics, performance assessment. Let's proceed. Which point of view is used in an autobiography? Is it first, second, third person, or third person omniscient? So ano ba yung autobiography? When a person writes the story of their own life, no? So, writes the story of their own life. Usually, yung mga ginagamit ay mga I, me, my, oh, I was born in Cebu, and my childhood was like this, no? So, of course, that is letter A. Very good. Letter A. I have students. Hello, Sir L, Sir Linnell. Uh, one take lang din niya yung board exam. Wow, may special mention. Anyway, first person, yung autobiography, okay? Second person, that is you, no? Third person, he, she, or they. And third person, omniscient, this is a narrative point, no? Where yung narrator, alam niya yung feelings at iniisip ng lahat ng characters. So for autobiography, that's first person. Next. The car is a glutton for gasoline. Is it the famished car? Gasoline makes a car run. Car is useless without gas, or speeding eats up a lot of gas. So alin dito yung pinaka-appropriate na equivalent? Correct answer is, so if you say glutton, parang greed, no? Yan. You consume an excessive amount of something. Kay gluttony. So, kahit na busog ka na, tapos tingin mo na may, oo, parang mauubusan ka pa rin ng pagkain. So, kain lang ng kain, no, hanggang sa, oo, ma-wrong ka na diyan, no? That's gluttony. So, consuming an excessive amount of something. So, kapag sabihin natin a car is a glutton for gasoline, means the the car eats up, no, or it consumes a lot or a large amount of gas. Okay, so speeding eats up a lot of gas. Yan, yung tamang equivalent niya sana is the car consumes a lot of gasoline, no? Pero since wala naman dyan, we can choose letter D. Okay, speeding eats up a lot of gasoline. All right, and next. What makes the sentence ambiguous? The children used the table to learn. Is it children used table or learn? So there are different types of ambiguity, no? We have syntactic ambiguity, yung nalilito ka sa statement depende sa kanyang structure, no? Or you have lexical ambiguity, no? Yung nalilito ka depende sa paggagamit ng word. Mhm. So yung sa syntactic ambiguity, no? For example, sabihin natin The old man, the boat, no? So depende siya kung paano mo intindihin yung structure, no? Is it the old man tsaka yung boat, no? Yung matandang lalaki tsaka yung boat, or is it the old, yung matanda, man, the boat, no? Siya yung nagmamaneho, man, like siya yung okay, nagmamaneho, okay. The old man, the boat, 'di ba? So in this case, this is lexical ambiguity, no? Depende sa paggagamit ng word. Okay, very good. So yung table kasi, it has a lot of ibig sabihin, no? You can interpret it in more than one way, no? So pwedeng table na mesa, no? Or pwedeng table na chart or graph, no? Or yung periodic table of elements, no? So the children use the table to learn. Yung table makes the sentence confusing, no? Nakakalito kasi yung table meron siyang multiple na ibig sabihin. Okay? So the rest is pretty understandable naman. Next. Parang lalaki, no? Next. Okay. Kasi kanina pa ako nagsasalita, marami ng hangin sa aking tiyan. Hayaan niyo na. Which is not a dystopian literature? Is it The Handmaid's Tale, Fahrenheit 451, 1984, or Little Women? So ano ba yung dystopian literature? Yung isang society, it's controlled, no? So there is oppression, control, suffering. Everyone is afraid. So yan yung dystopian literature, no? So big example is yung sikat na example is yung The Hunger Games, 'di ba? Na yung district, yung mga lower districts, I think district 1 and 2, they're okay, no? Pero yung sa district ni na Katniss, district 12 na siya, right? Na yung major nila is coal, so they are being oppressed by the capital, no? In which lahat ng products nila is dun sa capital, tapos the capital is very rich, no? So dito, very good, no? Yung Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. So yung The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, this is, yeah, ang bigat ng dystopian super, super dystopian, no? Ang bigat-bigat nito. I haven't read this. I don't like to read things na nakaka-stress, no? Kasi I feel like yung buhay is already stressful, no? Tapos kapag magbabasa ka, mas stress ka pa, no? Why? Mas gusto ko yung chill, no? But I really love Little Women. Anyway, bago yan, yung Handmaid's Tale, ito yung women lose their rights, no? So, parang yung purpose lang talaga ng women is bibigay ng anak, no? So, merong yung mga from the higher ups, no? There is a problem kasi during this time with fertility. So, parang may fertility epidemic. So, kaya yung able na magkaanak, oo, doon sila sila yung magiging handmaid, 'di ba? Tapos there is this ceremony in which, yeah, paaanakan sila ng mga higher ups. And then yung Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, this one I have read because it's very interesting because dito, books are banned. So bawal kang magbasa ng libro, sinusunog yung mga libro, no? Because they don't want the people to be informed, no? Dapat sunod-sunuran lang talaga yung mga tao. So it's very interesting. 1984, no? Dito na-inspire yung Big Brother, no? So parang they are under surveillance of the Big Brother all the time. So still dystopia, no? Except for letter D, Little Women. This is not dystopian. So this is coming of age, no? More of a family novel, no? Na may apat na sisters, no? Mga March sisters. I really, really love this book. I also like the movie. It's okay. Sobrang ganda niya. Okay? So we have Beth. Sino pa yun? I forgot the names. Joe, diba? And like how they transformed into young ladies, no? It's very relatable and I don't know, it's very emotional, no? Like iba-iba ng pangarap. Yung isang sister gusto niyang she's just happy being married. Tapos si Joe naman gusto niyang maging sikat na writer, this and that. So it's very beautiful. Kung gusto niyo lang naman, okay, you should read. Kung ayaw niyo, okay lang din, okay? I'm just saying, maganda talaga siya. Anyway, letter D is our answer. And for the last the patient blank the pain. Is it bore, bear, or beer, no? Kapag i-answer yung beer, okay, okay lang, oo. Malaki na kayo, no? Problema niyo na yan. But anyway, what is the correct answer? We watch the patient. O kahit na past tense, yung watched, dapat yung kasunod niya pa rin is yung base form ng verb, okay? We watched the patient bear the pain is our correct answer. Beth, Amy, Joe, and Meg. Okay, thank you. Now I'm reminded. So for this one, ito kasi mga verbs na see, watch, hear, listen, feel, taste, they are what we call the verbs of perception. So they should be followed by the bare infinitive or yung base form ng verb. Okay? So for example, we watched him run, no? So dapat yung run is yung letter U, okay? Base form lang. Kasi while the watch is happening, the patient is currently bearing, no? So hindi ibig sabihin na past tense yung watch, naging past tense na rin yung kasunod na pangyayari, no? Oo, ito lang yung magdadala ng past, present, or future tense, okay? But what is happening here, responds to pinapanood niya currently during that time, okay? So always siyang base form lang ng verb, okay? This is what we call the verbs of perception. No? We watched the patient bear the pain. Yes. So magsagot ng beer, okay lang din, no? Malaki na kayo, hindi ako magagalit. But anyway, that's it. By the way, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We have a lot of lectures like this sa aming private group, no? Just message our page. Kung ayaw nyo, okay lang din, no? Malaki na kayo. Let me just remind you that yung pag-review, yung pagpasa ng board exam, it's supposed to be hard, no? Kasi kung hindi, edi sana LPT na yung lahat ng tao sa buong mundo, no? Parang may national ID lang, makuha nating lahat. Kahit yung national ID, pahirapan nga, di ba? So, if it were easy, everyone would do it, okay? Your struggles, your difficulties is what makes it great, okay? Hard is what makes it great, no? So yung pagiging top-notcher, it's supposed to be difficult, no? Because it's a great thing, okay? Do not let anyone dim your light na, madami naman ng pasado, si ano nga, LPT, tambay, no? Iba-iba tayo ng purpose sa life, no? If that is your goal right now to pass your board exam para makumpleto mo talaga yung pagiging education, then go for it, okay?